Welcome back to the channel. If you ever looked at your payslip and wondered where all your money is going, then this one is for you. So today we are breaking down the UK income tax bands for the year 2024-2025. Okay, so we'll go through how much of your income is taxed, what the different bands mean, and how much you actually take home, whether you're earning 20,000, 50,000, or 100,000 plus. Okay, so let's understand what are the tax bands. Okay, so in the UK, income tax is charged in bands. So you're able to see here. Okay, there's a personal allowance up to 12,570. So that is tax free. Okay. Then the basic rate, which is 12,571 to 5270 at a tax rate of 20%. A higher rate will be at 50,271 to 125,140 at a rate of 40%. Then additional rate that is over 125, 140 at a tax rate of 45%. So in the UK, the income tax is charged in bands. That means the more you earn, the higher the percentage you pay, but only on the portion of income that falls into each band. Okay, you don't pay the highest rate on all your income. Okay, just the part that crosses into each threshold. Okay, it's progressive. Okay, so let's take a real example, a quick one. Okay, so let's say annual income of 30,000 pounds. Okay, so let's see how much will be the taxable income for this particular case. Okay, so like the first 12,570 pounds, okay, is tax free. So what does that mean? Okay, so that means we are going to subtract, okay, 12,570 from 30,000. Okay, then we see what remains is what will subject to tax. Okay, so that is 12,570. Okay, so whatever will remain here, the difference is what we subject to tax. Okay, so this band, so that means the difference amount, so that will be taxable income, which is equivalent to the 30,000 less 12,570. So this is what we're going to subject to tax. Okay, so if you check here, the 30,000 will fall under this band. Okay, between 12,571 to 50,270. So a tax rate of 20%. Okay, so how much is the tax here? So this will be 20% tax. Okay, so that means equals to this, the amount that is it's the taxable income times the 20%. Okay, that comes to 3486. Okay, so that is a 20% tax. So the net income after tax, okay, will be equivalent to the 30,000 less the 20% tax, which is this. Okay, so this is the amount that we'll have as a net income after tax, the 20% band. Okay, so let's take another example. Assume someone is earning an annual income of 60,000. Okay, so let's work with 60,000 so that we're able to understand how it works on each band. Okay, so 60,000. Okay, so 60,000 will appear under this tax band, which is at 40%. Okay, So let's see, like we said, we agreed that there's a tax free. So we agreed the first 12,570 is tax free. Okay, so that means, let's bring it here. So we want to know how much is the taxable income in this particular case. Okay, so taxable income will be 60,000, okay, less the 12,000. Okay, so this is what is the taxable income. Okay, so this is what we need to subject to tax. Okay, so how will we subject to tax? Because take note, there's amount that need to go under band for the 20%, and there's amount that is higher than the 50,270 that need to go to 40% band. Okay, so let's see how much will be under 40%. Okay, how much will be under 40%? 40% tax band. Okay, it means the 60,000, any amount more than 60,000 less 570. So 60,000, which is this, okay, less the threshold for the tax band of 40%. So that is 50,000, 270, 270. Okay. So 50,270. So this is what we are going to subject to a tax of 40%. Okay. So the total, remember the taxable income is 47,000, okay, 430 that we need to subject to tax. Now the 40% has taken this. So the difference will go to the 20% tax band. Okay, what's the difference here? The difference is the 47,430, which is subject to tax, less, okay, what the 40% has been taken. So what we are going to subject to tax for the 20% is this. Okay, so the 40%, this one, okay, times the 40%. This is what we are going to charge, 40%. Okay, that is the amount that will go as the tax amount under 40%. Then the 20% will be taken care of here, which is this times 20%. Okay, so how much is the total tax on the 60,000? So total tax for the 60,000 will be equals to the one under this 40% band plus this one here under the 20% band. So that becomes to a total of this. Okay. So in this particular case, what will be our net income after tax? Okay. So our net income after tax will be equivalent to 60,000 less 11,432. So this is the amount that will appear as the net income after tax. That is for the 60,000. Okay. So I believe it's clear. Okay. But if in case you have any clarification on tax band or how to calculate it, just drop a message on the comment. Also like, so that at least we can also improve the video. So I believe this has been helpful. Like, subscribe, share, okay? And I really appreciate your time. Thanks a lot. See you in the next